Hey, hi. I'm Mona, and if you're here, you found Kaleidoscope Dreams. It's time for another reading. So let's go ahead and get started here. I have the Wild, what is it? The Wild Unknown Tarot. Okay. So let's go ahead and get started. I already pre-shuffled these cards. And we're just going to get a general energy, right? Just to get the story started, right? Okay. So we have the Five of Cups. Someone is feeling very sad over the loss of a relationship, right? And someone here not feeling so bad about it for some reason or another. You know, maybe it wasn't really a heavy duty relationship. You know, maybe it was something that, you know, maybe there wasn't much effort put into it, or maybe between two people there was no real connection or something like that. But for someone here, they're feeling pretty sad over the loss of this relationship. So, you know, well, let's see what's going on. This is a trippy story. I don't think I've ever got a Five of Cups for a general energy card, but, you know, it's always the first time, right? Look, the Star. I just happened to look. Somebody could be healing right now because of this loss of this relationship, right? But, you know, in the reverse, the Star card represents treachery. Somebody may not be feeling sad over the loss of a relationship because maybe they thought, you know, it wasn't going anywhere, or there was something sneaky going on. Somebody could have thought that somebody was being sneaky or something. So, you know, maybe they let them go, and this is why they're not sad over the loss of the relationship, right? I don't know. Let's go ahead and find out what's going on. We're going to start off with 5 cards here. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. I'm glad you're here. Hope you're getting some help from these readings. You know, we're just looking for advice, really, right? If you're new here, welcome to the channel. I like to read tarot. I like to teach it. You know, why do I feel like something's going on here? Hold on. Oh, okay, it's just the card. It looks weird. Okay. I like to teach as I go. I always advise people who like to watch tarot to get your own deck and try to learn the definitions of these cards yourself, because I have noticed that, you know, some people's definitions are not accurate online. So, but, you know, it is what it is. Just for your own safety and your own sanity anyways. Right? Anyways, welcome if you are new here. And if you'd like my concept of the tarot, you know, you can go ahead and subscribe if you want, or like the video, whatever you want to do. Just trying to help out here, help people get better if I can. Okay. Okay. This is 4. We need one more. It's already looking kind of creepy. But let's see. One more card, please. Oh, that's kind of like a chunk. I won't take the chunks. I just want one extra card. I did see the Queen of, or Mother of Swords, which is the Queen of Swords. So something here could involve speaking truth, being honest, right? Something like this. Oh, shoot. At the bottom of the deck, the Star is still there. So that definition that I, you know, revealed earlier is, this is what's going on. Somebody's healing because of the loss of a relationship. And somebody out there may be, you know, their intentions may be treacherous, because the Star in reverse indicates treachery, being sneaky. Somebody here could have been trying to be sneaky in some way. I don't know. Let's find out what's going on, right? Okay, just gonna put those right there, and we're gonna see what all this is. First card out, yeah, look, the Ten of Wands. Something is a burden here, you know. And when I mentioned earlier the Ten of Cups in the reverse, somebody not sad over the loss of a relationship, it could be because somebody might have thought that, you know what, this is too much of a burden, you know. And you know, if it is a burden, there's no reason for anything to be hanging on to it, right? Let's see. The Five of Wands. And this could indicate some sort of, you know, mental conflict, right? So somebody here could have let go of a relationship because it was too much of a burden. And maybe the other person now is going through mental conflict. Like, what happened? Well, I mean, let's see. I don't know. Daughter of Swords. This is the Page of Swords. And you know, in the end, somebody is just watching. So we have one person who believes that this relationship is a burden. We have another person who's all up in their head about it, about the loss of this relationship. And in the end, the only thing that's happening is somebody watching, not making any moves. And whose fault is that? Possibly the person who's not making any moves. Maybe they're spending too much time in their head, overthinking, thinking about what happened. You know, if you want to know what happened, you gotta ask. All right, it's the only thing, you know. And if you can't ask, then, you know, whose fault is that? You know, this is the Nine of Swords in the reverse. Okay, now because it's showing up here, this is the obstacle and advice position. Okay, and you know, I'm feeling like the obstacle here is that somebody needs to, or somebody's having a hard time releasing this overthinking. Whoever this is, right? Somebody's overthinking for some reason and watching. What good is that going to do you? Not much, right? It's not going to do you much good to be spying, because the Daughter of Swords, Page of Swords, right? This is about spying and watching and, you know, checking somebody's social media, trying to find things out. If you want to find something out, go ask. Go ask. There's no sense in you, you know, being all up in your head, tripping out, most likely can't sleep at night, overthinking, right? And that would be the advice here. Stop overthinking. Stop keeping yourself up at night, tripping out on whatever's going on here. Right? Because it's obvious, you know, somebody believes that something is a burden. And it could be because somebody is tripping out. You know what I mean? But, you know, if this person doesn't know that somebody's in this state of mind, you know, what are they to do? Except for let it go. You know what I mean? Let the burden go, because somebody feels that a situation is a burden. And somebody here doesn't want to deal with burdens. It's kind of like drama-ish. You know, even though maybe some things aren't going on around you, but somebody out there is overthinking and spying, can't sleep at night, can't figure something out. If you want to know something, go ask. Now, if you're involved in something and it's not very healthy relationship, not good communication, maybe somebody did something wrong, then, you know, you wouldn't want to stay in that, right? No, you know, and you know, there's a lot of people out there, you know, why are you going to worry so much about one, right? If somebody is not giving you what you need in a relationship, let it go. Don't keep yourself stuck, because that's kind of toxic. You know, if somebody's in this state of mind and you're feeling like there's a burden in this situation, let it go. Let it go. Because it's obvious that somebody here needs to heal. Somebody here needs to heal with that star card. They're sad over the loss of a relationship, and it could be affecting another relationship. And this is why somebody here feels like it's a burden. You know, anything that burdens you, it's not going your way. It's kind of like, and I hate to be mean and nasty about it, because I would feel, you know, kind of upset, you know, if somebody told me this, you know, get over it. But somebody's not getting over it. But from them, you know, being all up in their head, doing all this spying, tripping out at night, can't fall asleep, that's a burden to someone else. It could also be a burden to the same individual. We could be talking about this individual. They feel like it's a burden because all this is going on. Well, whoever is doing this kind of energy, up in their head, spying, you know, maybe possibly can't sleep at night, whoever's doing this, that's their problem. But it's not the burden of the other person. Okay, I have another card here. Let's see what it is. Daughter of Cups. This is like the Page of Cups, right? And in the end here, oh, I wanted to also say, if this was advice, the advice is stop overthinking. Stop doing that. It's not good for you. So we could have somebody here who's an overthinker. You know, you think too much, but you don't find out facts, and all you're doing is stressing yourself out, giving yourself anxiety. You know? So, you know, why bother with the burdens? This is burden. This is high anxiety. This is possible depression. This is like throwing yourself into mental conflict. These three cards right here. But in the end, we do have someone, which is Page of Cups right here. Somebody might want to express something, you know, and when it's a page, it's a little something. It's not like throwing everything out on the table all at once. No, it's about, you know, starting slow and expressing emotion. Somebody here could have a problem expressing emotions, and that's why they're going through this. But if you are the one that's overthinking, thinking stuck in your head, you can't figure things out, fighting with yourself, because a Five of Wands is usually like, it is like overthinking, but it's also kind of like being stuck in your head, fighting with yourself to make a decision or whatever. And so because you can't make a decision, you're spying, you're looking, you know, you're trying to figure something out. If you want to figure something out, stop spying and go ask, because all you're doing is causing yourself mental conflict. And I think this is the advice. The advice is get out of your head and express at least something. And it looks like somebody may. Okay? You're causing burdens to someone else, that's for sure. And this is why they are not sad over the loss of this relationship, because whoever's involved here, you know, if you're not communicating properly or finding out, you're just staying in your head and tripping out, I can guarantee you're causing, you know, a burden in someone else's life. And just know they're not going to sit and, you know, deal with this. They're going to move on with their own lives, because this is your problem. But I feel like in the end here, somebody will express some sort of emotion. Okay, Daughter of Cups. It's like the Page of Cups. Okay. This is the Maverick poker deck we're going to use to clarify. I just kind of looked at the bottom of the deck. I already pre-shuffled this. This is the Devil card. When it comes to this deck, this is the card of the Devil. Okay, this is about codependencies. It's about addictions. Somebody could be addicted to spying on somebody. Somebody could be addicted to being in their head. That is something that you are going to need to tackle on your own. You need to heal that. You know, maybe somebody here has a problem communicating. You know, and if that is a problem, you're causing burdens to others, not just this person, but most likely all kinds of people around you. Okay, give that a thought if you're resonating with that. When you are in your head, if you are the person and you are in your head and you can't sleep at night, you got to spy, you got to look, you're fighting in your mind to make a decision. You're not only causing yourself mental distress, but you're causing mental distress to everyone around you because of your lack of communication, because you lack, you know, the ability to communicate your emotions, even if it's just a little bit. It looks like somebody will, a little bit. But you know what? That's a start. Okay? That's a start. So at least we got that, you know. And you know, we have the devil card. This is could be codependency, addictions, you know, whatever. In the reverse, this is somebody that's going to let this go. They don't want to deal with devil energy. They don't want to deal with somebody who's got codependencies or addictions or anything like that, or any kind of thing that devil energy will throw at you, which could be this overthinking. All right. Tell me about this 10 of Wands right here. This burden. Somebody feels burdened, okay, by a situation. And it could involve some sort of relationship, because we got one person here who's sad over the loss of a relationship. And then we have another person here that's like, you know what? I'm over this. This is weird. It's weird. You know what I'm saying? This is, you know, 10 of Wands. Tell me about this 10 of Wands. So there we are. We have the 9 of Wands. Okay. This doubles as the Sun card, which could indicate that somebody realizes something. And what they're realizing is that this relationship or situationship or whatever it is, it's a burden. You know, they might have enough fight left in them to do it again. But, you know, once you see that it's a burden, like a full-on burden, I don't think so. It's more like somebody has been enlightened to the situation. Somebody has a problem here. And, like, you know, it's kind of like, I don't want to be involved in that. You know, we have the 8 of Cups here. This also doubles as the Moon card. But the 8 of Cups is about walking away. And somebody is definitely gonna walk away from this burden. Yeah. This person could like have it all together, their mind straight, they're you know, okay with whatever's going on around them, but not when it comes to this situation where somebody's tripping out, spying, fighting in their own head about what? I mean, who knows? Who knows? You know what I mean? But I do kind of feel like, you know, this relationship is over and somebody's just going to move on from it. You can only, you know, hang on to something for so long until you just get tired and you're just like, you know what, I'm good. You know what I'm saying? This person could have put in 100% and the other person is doing this. And I guarantee you, after, you know, so long, this person's just going to be like, I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore. I'm ready to move forward and do something else. Right? So yeah, it looks like whoever is feeling burdened by this situation, they're just going to go. You know? And if there's nothing wrong in the relationship except for possible communication, this person has nothing to do with that. But this person is definitely self-sabotaging. Possible self-sabotaging all kinds of relationships in their life. Friends, family, and even romantic. Because they tend to overthink. They don't communicate properly. And you know, people, they're not going to stick around for that. I'm just being honest. I mean, if you know, the viewer, were trying to deal with someone and you're trying to, like, you know, get something going, but the other person's not really communicating or expressing that or whatever, you would get tired too, right? Yes, you probably would. You know, so this looks like some kind of common thing. This is somebody who lacks the emotional ability to communicate properly, right? We also have the Eight of Wands here. Okay, this is a lot of wands. There's a lot of passion here, but we have a problem with somebody who's unable to communicate because they'd rather be in their head, they'd rather spy and be tripping out at night before bed. You know, it's like, come on now. Come on. This could be like some young people, young relationship, or it could be older people who have just not, they just don't have it when it comes to emotions. They're emotionally disabled. How about that? Emotionally disabled, right? They're not capable of expressing emotions or whatever. But I do see, because we have the Daughter of Cups right here, somebody may actually say a little something. A little something. Not much, because it's a page, but they're gonna say a little bit. Because the Page of Cups, even though it's called Daughter of Cups, just because of the deck is, you know, different. With the Page of Cups, it's kind of like it's also a messenger card. Pages and knights, they're all messenger cards. Okay, so the Page of Cups here, somebody's gonna say a little something or express something. I don't feel like there's any children involved here, because the Daughter of Cups could indicate that there's a child involved. But in the end, and because of what I see here now, it's kind of like somebody's just emotionally immature, and it does not matter what age they are. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, there it is again. That Devil card, the Five of Wands, also being stuck in their head. Same card, different deck. Somebody is just stuck in their head, overthinking, not making any moves, tripping out, spying. I mean, that's weird, you know, but it's a problem for somebody. Okay, for me, it's weird, but to this person, it's a problem. It's a problem that they need to tackle on their own with some sort of healing. Yeah. I mean, I'm not trying to pick on people who are emotionally insecure or whatever. But if you are this person, you got to do something about that. Because not only, I mean, you're sad over the loss of this relationship, but not only are you sad over the loss of this relationship, you're possibly sad over the loss of other relationships too. It could be family, friends, what have you. You know, you could be a very lonely person. Look at the horse. Looks very lonely by self, sad, looking down. You know what I'm saying? Somebody could be in that energy. And you know, that's kind of your self-sabotaging yourself when I see these cards here, you know? Let's find out what this Five of Wands is. Okay. It's not the tarot cards are not the same definition as these cards. You know, you can add that if you're trying to learn to read or whatever. You can add those definitions and combine them together. But if you're using both cards, tarot and cartomancy, it'll come out if it needs to come out. You know what I'm saying? Tell me about the Five of Wands here. Five of Wands. So somebody here is definitely single. This card also doubles as the Hermit card. So somebody is possibly alone doing this, you know. And if they are sad over the loss of this relationship, most likely they are single. You know what I'm saying? Okay. What else do we have for this Five of Wands? Eight of Swords. You see? The Eight of Swords could indicate, you know, being trapped in the confines of your own mind. right? This also could indicate someone's in prison or in jail or feeling like that, right? But I feel like this is the Eight of Swords, and the definition of this card for this situation is somebody is trapped in the prison of their own mind. Yeah. Somebody's kind of like stuck, you know. You need to try to get out of that best you can. And the only way to get out of that is with communication, even if it's just a little bit. Even if it's just like, I have a little problem. I have a problem communicating when it comes to my emotions. Just that in itself is like a big leap. You know what I'm saying? It's like a big leap forward. And somebody's going to do that. They may not say what I just said. They might say something else. But that is a leap forward for this person who's stuck in their head. Okay? Let me get another card. God, another chunk. I don't like the... Well, it's only 2 cards. I'm going to put them back and try again, but... Yeah, somebody's heartbroken and they can't let go of this. You got to figure out how to let go of this. You got to figure out how to get out of your head. This is causing you mental conflict. This is not good for you. You got to figure out how can you get yourself out of feeling this way. You're feeling heartbroken. I kind of feel like something is slipping through your fingers, something that you want to move forward with, but you're not because you're emotionally disabled. You can't let this go. What are you hanging on so tightly for? Because the Four of Pentacles is about like being a miser or holding something close to your chest. You know, somebody here, I think, has a lot on their mind, but they're not expressing it. And that could be, you know, it could be bad for you. It's very good for your communication and anything. Maybe you need therapy. I'm not a therapy kind of person, but someone out there might need that to help them along, right? We have the 7 of Cups right here. This also doubles as the Chariot. Somebody wants to move out of this energy and move forward, right? With that Chariot energy. But it's also like the 7 of Cups as in having a lot of options, right? But these options might be like, what steps are you going to take to get out of this energy? Talk to family, talk to friends, go to therapy. You know, you obviously have some sort of problem here, right? It's something that you need to tackle. You really, really do, because I kind of feel like someone here is burdening others. Friendships, family relations, friend relations, just whatever. You know, this is really something that somebody needs to kind of tackle when it comes to their own personal healing. Right? Somebody could also be in their head because maybe they feel like someone here is doing some kind of treacherous act. Right? Kind of like somebody telling their friends something. Oh, I have this idea. I have this, that, and the other. And the friends being like, oh no, that's not a good idea, or you shouldn't do that, or that person's not good for you, or this, that, and the, like, everybody's got their opinions. If your friends or family or relationships you have are not lifting you up, if they're always like, you know, trying to put like negative ideas in your mind, that's not a good friend. Hold on. Sorry about that. there's just some kids, they're just casually walking by, but Chica got all overexcited, you know, so overexcited. I even kind of forgot what I was thinking about, but overexcited. Somebody here may have gotten overexcited about a situation, and somebody here, you know, may have shot down that idea. Maybe somebody here doesn't have very supportive friends, so that's why they don't really communicate with them, and I can totally understand that. Like for me, I don't really have anyone to talk to when I'm feeling a certain type of way. So I have to kind of like go within, like they always say. I have to figure it out myself. Like, why am I overthinking like this? Why am I so scared to do this? Why am I so scared to do that? Because in my family, I was never, ever motivated for my parents to go after my dreams or to do this or to, you know, they never promoted me to go to college. None of that stuff. I had to like have that own drive. I had to figure out how to have my own drive. I had to learn how to tackle my own issues. And I did this without therapy. Unfortunately, I did turn to addictions in the past, but once I decided to drop all those addictions and really sit down and think like, what is wrong with me? Why? It's because I was around a lot of toxic people. You know what I mean? So you also have to check and see is like, who is around you? Are they motivating you, you know, to go after whatever it is you want, or are they discouraging you? You know? So yeah. Look, at the bottom of the deck, we do have the Knight of Pentacles. Now, the Knight of Pentacles, slowest moving knight in the deck, you know? And the reason why they're slow, you know, Pentacles, maybe someone's trying to make money. It takes time to make money. It doesn't happen overnight. But we don't need to be talking about money here. We could be talking about being grounded and balanced. So when we're talking about the Knight of Pentacles here, somebody here is taking, you know, a little time to balance and ground themselves. It takes time. You know what I mean? It takes time to heal. So somebody may not realize that they're around a bunch of toxic people. They're not uplifting them, but they're kind of like keeping them stuck and stagnant, right? Now, we also can say with the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, because it's at the bottom of the deck, that somebody here is not making any moves at all, or they're making false promises. This is like, oh yeah, I'll get to it, or I'll help you out, but give me some time, right? So that's kind of like somebody maybe asking a friend for advice, but the friend is like, oh, you know, I can't get to you right now, but I'll get to you when I can. It's kind of like that. You know what I mean? Not putting their friend first. And you know what? Most of the time, or a lot of the time, that's the case. Whether it's family, friends, whatever. Somebody here, you know, maybe these people might think that, you know, this is something you got to tackle on your own, and it's taken a while. You know, hey, if you are trying at least a little bit to help yourself to get over something, at least you're doing something. So that's good. All right. Maybe you don't have friends that are available to help you right now. Or maybe, you know, a lot of times when we are going through something, you know, kind of stressful or trauma-ish, you'll notice that all the people you thought you could count on or you thought were your friends are nowhere to be found. They're nowhere to be found. It's only when you're doing wonderful and you're happy and you're great that everybody starts coming out of the woodwork. This is a natural thing that I have noticed in my life, that when you're in really deep problems, there's no one around. Everybody has deserted you. You know, it's not their problem. They're only happy and cool with you when you're cool and you're happy. And it's not always to be mad at these people who disappear, but because they got their own problems, and adding your problems to their list is just, it might be too much. You know, you could get mad at them and, I thought you were my friend. Well, if you're, you know, everybody's got their own problems going on. You can't depend on anyone except for yourself. Especially in times where you're not doing so well. You know, it's your responsibility to pick yourself up off the ground, dust yourself off, and move forward. But you got to find the strength to do that, because you can't get the strength from family and friends normally, right? If you turn to addictions and you're trying to talk to friends, they're going to see those addictions, and they're not going to want to be around you if you're hurting yourself like that, doing alcohol, doing drugs, whatever you're doing to hurt yourself, right? They don't want to be involved when it's like that, for sure. So think about that. You know, this is something that I feel like somebody here needs to tackle, a personal issue that can't be solved by family or friend. Maybe therapists can help, but all therapists do is make you talk. They make you talk. They make you talk about what is bothering you. The therapists don't have advice. They're not supposed to give advice. All they're supposed to do is ask you open-ended questions, you know, so you don't, not questions that require yes or no answer. They're not here to dig in your brain and figure it out for you. They're here to ask you open-ended questions like, so what's going on in your life? Stuff like that. And then they document it, and how do you feel about that? What do you think you need to do to fix that? That's what therapists do. Psychiatrists, they try to figure out if you're nuts and if you need a prescription. This is why I feel like, I need to tackle things on my own. Because I know what they do already. I already know. I've been to therapists, I've been to psychiatrists, I've been to mental health people, and it's doesn't work for me that way, but I have figured out, because I have knowledge of what they do, and because I went to school and stuff, like, I understand that everybody's issue needs to be tackled on their own, but they have to want to fix themselves, right? Oh, well, what if they don't know if anything's wrong with them? Well, listen to this. If you're losing friends, nobody wants to help you, you've turned to alcohol and drugs, obviously something is wrong. That's my little tip to you. If you have to turn to alcohol and drugs, you have nobody, no support, your family's not backing you, your friends not backing you, something is wrong here. Why? What are you doing in your life that's pushing people away? And if you're still not sure, maybe you can ask. Don't ask for help. Don't ask for money. Oh, don't ask for companionship. Don't ask for, oh, I need a friend. Can you stay with me and talk to me? No. Ask the person, why have we drifted apart? Don't say, why aren't you there for me? Because maybe they were, and you just didn't see that because of some reason or another. This is just me from my own personal experiences that I'm giving you this information, right? I'm not a doctor, I'm not a therapist, I'm not none of that. All I can do is tell you from my own personal experiences. What worked for me and what I figured out for me may not be for you, but usually you gotta sit down by yourself and figure this out. Okay. Let's go to the Daughter of Swords. That was a mouthful, kind of, right? Daughter of Swords. Now, because this is going on, somebody is burdened by another person. Somebody is in their head fighting with themselves. What should I do? How should I figure this out? Blah, blah, blah. All they're doing is watching. Yeah, look, we got the Six of Swords that just jumped out right there. The Six of Swords is about leaving a toxic situation to go somewhere better, right? Somebody is just watching. I feel like this is the toxic. Somebody is watching. What are you watching? Why are you watching? And if you're watching something so much because you can't go and speak to somebody because whatever happened between you and this person was, toxic, like, somebody was bad for another person, somebody cheated, lied, stole, then yes, you don't want to be around that person. But I don't feel like this is the case. I feel like this is an internal problem, an internal mental health problem that somebody can't like they can't express themselves. But you're watching and you're so much in your head. I'm saying you, it doesn't necessarily mean I'm talking about you, okay? But I'm just saying it like that. If somebody here is constantly in their head and all they do is spy, they're not even trying to communicate or figure anything out, that's toxic. That's you being toxic to yourself. Let me see what else we got. Oh, look. Knight of Swords at the bottom of the deck. Somebody could be speaking truth to you. Or somebody could be not speaking truth to you or not speaking to you at all. Yeah. Messenger card, Swords, is, Knight of Swords about truth, honesty, right? Maybe somebody just is having a hard time being honest with the Knight of Swords in reverse. In this case, right? Okay. So obviously somebody needs to stop this toxic energy that they got going on for themselves, because you're only hurting yourself. You're self-sabotaging yourself and relationships that you may have with others. Hello. Just picking up a card. So let's see. Yeah, somebody has love for another person. The Six of Cups. Reminiscing about somebody from the past. This also doubles as the Lovers. So this is definitely a romantic relationship. That somebody, they can't express themselves. Yeah. They can't express themselves. This is why they're just watching. They're not doing anything. All you're doing is hurting yourself or this person, whoever's watching and spying right here. You're just hurting yourself. Just take a shot, and why don't you ask somebody something instead of spying on them? And like I've always said before, when it comes to this type of thing, you're going to get two answers. You're going to get a yes or a no. Those are two words that are common, that we have all heard in our lifetime so many times. Somebody needs to take a chance here, because you're hurting yourself. Somebody here may be afraid of being turned down or being said no to. That's like an ego thing. That's an ego thing. Somebody needs to go through some sort of ego death. No one's perfect. You are definitely not perfect. You might be just spying and watching it in your head because you want to speak about something, but you're not, because you're afraid of being turned down. You're lying to yourself. The Five of Swords, this is kind of like the liar card for me. But this is also about like making plans, being deceptive. Somebody could think that somebody's being deceptive towards them. The only way you're going to find out is if you communicate. Somebody here could have been lying to this person and saying, don't take a chance. Life is about taking risks. If it doesn't physically hurt anybody or emotionally or mentally hurt anyone, take a chance. Because then you're always going to be wondering in your life, like, what if I would have said something to this person? What if I would have done this? It's going to be like, what if? Living in regret. because you should have taken a chance. I feel like maybe someone is either lying to themselves, or somebody is just lying to them, saying like, oh, this person is this person is that, they do this, they do that, they're not right for you. How do they know? How do they know? Right? The only way you're going to find out the truth is if you seek the truth yourself. That was my thing a few years back. I just want to know the truth about everything. Right? So I started reading and studying, and that's how come I know the tarot and cartomancy. This is why I know about esoteric stuff. This is why I know about religion and all, because I was seeking the truth. And the only person who can seek the truth is you yourself. You're not going to get the truth from everybody and their mama out there. You got to find that your own personal truth, you know. Look, Two of Swords at the bottom of the deck. You got to make a choice here. Somebody's got to make a choice. The Two of Swords represents somebody having to make a choice. Okay? In the reverse, somebody's just not going to make that choice. They're not going to decide on it. They're just going to leave it alone. And they're just going to be that person who's going to live in regret. Because they didn't make any moves. They didn't make any choices, a proper choice for themselves. You know, because not making a choice is also a choice. But it's not a very good one. Okay? Obstacle and advice here. You know, I feel like this is advice to get out of your head. Okay? Nine of Swords in reverse. Get out of your head. Probably having a hard time sleeping, not doing so well, you know, overthinking, you know, something like that. Let's see, what is this? Seven of Wands, defensive. The Seven of Wands is a card of defensiveness. Somebody feels like really defensive in this situation, or they're trying to defend themselves over something. Somebody may feel like they need to defend their heart. Maybe somebody is very sensitive. Maybe somebody is very sensitive, so this is why it's hard for them to discuss things or do, you know what I'm saying? Let's see what else we got. Let's see what else. Two of Wands, right? This is a card about having a heated debate, conversation. Two of Wands, speaking to somebody about something. Okay? Somebody may want to do that, but they're worried if maybe, you know, the other person might become defensive, or maybe they are defensive over the thoughts that they have in this situation. And this is where I'm talking about, like, somebody might be afraid to talk to somebody. Their defenses are up. They're guarding something. They could be guarding their heart. Somebody may want to speak to somebody about love. I feel like somebody here is afraid of being like turned away or turned down or rejected or something like that. Who cares? Go find out, and if they reject you, at least you can forget about it and you don't have to worry about it ever again. But what if you do go there and you don't get rejected? What if somebody has their arms open to you? You know what I mean? Nothing wrong with being friends. Five of Cups in the reverse. This, if you can get out of your head, this is advice. If you can get out of your head, and yes, you're going to be a little defensive because, you know, we all have our defenses up at some time or another in our lives, many times. And if you can have a conversation, whether it goes, you know, in your favor or not, you will be able to release the sadness over the loss of this relationship. Five of Cups in the reverse. You will no longer feel sad over the loss of this relationship. Because you communicated, you got things out, you spoke about how you feel, whatever. It's going to help you. You know, now this hasn't happened, and you don't have to do anything here. But this is good advice from these cards that I'm pulling out. You know what I'm saying? I'm just reading you the definitions of these cards and how things can go. And with the Five of Cups in reverse, because remember, the Five of Cups in the upright is sad over the loss of this relationship. If you can kind of discuss and talk or whatever, you will no longer feel sad over the loss of this relationship because you will at least get an answer. And I kind of feel like the answer is a positive answer. I think you're going to be okay. Because with that Daughter of Cups right there, this is telling me somebody here is worrying about, they're making up these ideas or these stories in their own mind. And it could be others around them like agreeing with these negative stories or telling them negative stories. Somebody needs to sit and think for a minute. You know what I mean? And like I said, if you need that therapy, go get it, you know? Yeah. Because like I said, the therapists are there for to make you talk, you know? And this is like a person who is unbiased. So it's not like they're going to turn you down. They're just trying to get you to speak, you know? So maybe you just need to speak up, you know? And if it doesn't work out in your favor because, you know, maybe you're rejected or somebody doesn't want to deal with this or whatever, at least you know, and you don't have to worry about it anymore. But like I said before, you don't know how it's going to work out unless you take the necessary action to find out. And it could end positively for you, right? Somebody may do that. Now, these are cards and it's just a story. It doesn't necessarily mean it's going to happen. But this story looks positive in the end. It started out kind of rough. And maybe it's hard to discuss heartfelt feelings or whatever. But it looks positive. If you can pull that strength out of your ass, you know what I'm saying? Just pull that strength out from somewhere, anywhere. But not like, you know, I'm not suggesting someone go out and get drunk and get that liquid courage and do it. No, you got to do this sober. You got to put some thought into it. And when you're speaking, speak with kindness. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like if you can do that, if you can pull that strength out from somewhere, it can work in your favor. What's at the bottom of the deck? Yeah, look, the Two of Swords again. So somebody's got to make this choice. Now, not making a choice is still a choice, but this is the wrong choice because, like I said, you're going to be stuck in your head. You're going to be thinking for the rest of your life, what if? What if I would have just asked them? What if I would have just talked to them? What if I would have just spoke up? That's a terrible feeling to have for your whole life. You know what I'm saying? But if you do make a choice, like the choice to actually go out and like, I'm going to tackle this, I'm going to ask, I'm going to find out, you know, it could be with anything. It's with something you love. Could be a job. Could be a friendship. Could be a relationship. It could be a couple different things here. Right? Let's find out about this Daughter of Cups. Tell me about this Daughter of Cups. Okay, we have the Knight of Cups in the reverse. So this could be the problem, that somebody has a problem expressing their emotions. And like I said before, you don't have to throw everything out on the table, but maybe a little bit, like some conversation or find out a little something by communicating. And you don't need to throw all your emotions and your love out there. Knight of Cups in reverse. This is a messenger card. In the upright, this is somebody who's like, I love you, and oh, emotions, and oh, you know, this kind of energy. But it's in the reverse. So, you know, this is not somebody who's going to throw everything on the table. They're going to start little. They're going to start slow with page energy. And I suggest that. That's good. At least you're taking a step. You don't have to throw all your emotions on the table, but you can take a little step. You know what I mean? Baby steps, right? Have you guys heard that before? Yeah, baby steps. Taking baby steps. You know? Let's see what else comes out. Okay. Queen of Cups reverse. Now in the upright, the Queen of Cups is so loving and so nurturing, very expressive. She uses her intuition. It's just like, you know, we like her in the upright. But in the reverse, this is somebody who's not very loving or nurturing or expressive. They have a hard time expressing themselves. They're emotionally disabled. Now, this could be male or female energy, because those definitions I just gave you of this card, a man can have those energies and a woman can have those energies. This is we're describing this person, male or female, whoever you are. Maybe you don't throw your emotions out there. Maybe you're bad at speaking about emotions. Maybe you don't know how to tell someone you love them. Maybe you don't know how to, you know? So it sounds like this is somebody's energy. Somebody's having a hard time communicating. Let me get one more card here. Oh, we got two. I'll just take them because it's the end of the read. So we have the Six of Wands in the reverse. This is about avoiding a tower moment because this doubles as the tower. This is a tower in reverse. Right? In the upright, it's a tower, and it's also success. In the reverse, this is failure, but avoiding the tower. Now, this can go either of those ways, depending on what action is taken. If you don't take any action, it's going to be a failure. If you do take some action, you can avoid that tower moment of losing a relationship. Yeah. So, I mean, this can go all over the place like that. What's this last card I'm holding? Six of Pentacles. This is about giving to two. Somebody might be afraid of talking to somebody about something because there's others involved here. Somebody might be, you know, it doesn't have to be like somebody juggling relationships or giving to two as in like relation. It could be somebody has to give to maybe child. Maybe they have a child, right? If that's not the case, somebody could be, you know, communicating with others, right? Giving to others, telling things to others, but not to the one that they're supposed to be speaking to. Also, they could be communicating with others who are discouraging this person, you know, from communicating. That could be it too. Right? This could also be somebody who is, when it comes to giving to two, because somebody might be like, well, I'm not talking to anybody. I'm not doing anything to anybody. Well, you could be contributing to also just being stuck in your head and your own regular life. Like maybe you're working and you're doing things. Nobody knows that you got other stuff on your mind. That's giving to two too. It could also be, you know, you're doing your normal life, but you have addictions. That's giving to two too. Okay, so that's another way that this could go. I didn't really name any signs. I don't think it's necessary here. This is somebody who's going through some mental conflict because they have issues communicating. They may be speaking to the wrong people. They might be feeling alone. People might be discouraging this person from going after what they want. And that's making them feel their confidence level is down, right? Oh, don't do that. They might They might turn you down, or you're going to get turned down. Don't, you know, I mean, who cares if you do anyways? Really? If it was meant for you, it's meant for you. But even if you do get turned down, like I said before, then you can finally heal from it properly. But like I said, what if you don't? What if you take that little baby step and you do express a little something? Maybe that'll help you. You know, what's at the bottom of the deck? Oh my goodness. We have the Joker. This is about taking a leap of faith. This doubles as the Fool card. Somebody out here is going to take a leap of faith. You know? They're going to give it a try. They're going to say, well, you know what? I got nothing to lose, right? You don't. You don't have nothing to lose, really. You know? Either way it goes, it's still positive, even if you get turned down, because ain't no one out here want to be in regret for their whole life because they didn't make any moves. That sucks. So if you do take a leap of faith and you get turned down, it's okay. At least you're not going to be in regret all your life thinking, what if, right? But then if you don't get turned down and things work out all well and fine and dandy in your favor, there you go. Happiness, joy, whatever, right? You know? Some people out there are not going to take that leap of faith. And they're going to be stuck in their head for the rest of their life thinking, what if I would have just stepped forward? You know, what if I would have just took a chance? You know what I mean? But some people are like, you know what? I'm going to try. And I feel like it's going to work out positively for whoever gives it a try, whatever it is. I also have, this is the Soul's Journey Lessons card. Like, I grabbed the decks, but I did feel like, ooh, I should use these again because somebody out there needs to learn a lesson of something. I don't know. I like these cards. They're cool. You know what I mean? They're just some cards, and this is just a story, but it's a realistic story that could happen. Or it could be going on, or something like this could happen in the future. You know, these cards are going to throw out realistic stories. You know what I'm saying? I mean, that's the way I do it. Okay, you're not going to hear about, you know, somebody planning murders or deaths and FBI and all that. No, you're not going to hear that stuff here. You're going to hear real stories, real life stories. Okay. Tell me, give me some advice here from these Soul Journey lesson cards. So somebody's, look, didn't I mention earlier that somebody looks lonely? Loneliness. I know that I am never alone, and you're not. Me, I have dogs, but the main thing I have is I have God. I put my faith and trust in God. I'm grateful for everything I have, everything I do. I'm grateful for my dogs. I'm grateful for anyone who comes into my life, good or bad, because I learn from it. Sure, I'm alone, you know, but I have also learned over the years to enjoy my own company also. I don't mind to be alone. I like it. Because, you know, unfortunately, we do have a lot of hurt people out here, and as much as I want to help everybody, I have to keep my safety, you know, and my own, you know what I'm saying? So somebody out here could be feeling lonely, but like I said, you're not alone. Especially if you're in this energy, you're not alone because there's a lot of people just like you out there. You ain't the only one. Okay? You ain't the only one going through some sort of conflict and, you know, having problems, you know, communicating or expressing yourself. You're not the only one out there. There's hundreds of people like this out here. You know, it's up to you to snap out of it, though. It's up to you to heal yourself and figure things out. Discipline. Yes. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. You can. Somebody's got to tackle some sort of something. And, you know, with strict discipline in your daily life, trying to figure out a little bit every day, maybe what's wrong. You don't have to spend morning till night tripping out on anything. But every day you should maybe, try to figure a little bit of something out for yourself. Like, get a journal. You can get a journal and you can write one thing in there every day to help you. How do I feel today? Can I express one thing to one person today? Now, if you're not around a lot of people, because I'm not, I'm definitely not. I'm around a lot of people sometimes, and when I'm not around them, you can, what I do is, I like to dip into the Bible. I like to dip into other religious books, you can find things out online even, what causes communication. Why do some people not communicate? If you're really good at like research, you'll be able to figure out what to ask Google, what books to look in, what thing, I have a lot of books here, so I I like to do research myself. So if you can be disciplined to at least find, a couple certain things a day, you don't have to spend your whole day doing it, but if you do a little bit, like I said, you make little moves for yourself every day, you're going to figure out, like, you might do one step every day, but then after like a month, you're going to realize, oh, shoot, I took 30 steps, 31 steps. And I figured things out during those steps, then you're going to be good, be self-discipline, figuring it out yourself every day. Do a little something to improve your mindset. Somebody out there, definitely, though, they need to drop that ego. Being sad about, oh, I'm never turned down. No one turns me. You know what? Everybody gets turned down in their life. Everyone. And I'm sure, if that's your energy, you have already been turned down bunches of times in your life. Not necessarily maybe relationships, but other things. It's a part of life. Failure is a part of life. Failure allows us to learn and to move on. I'm getting that song in my head by Aaliyah. Try again. Dust yourself off and try again. That song? I think that's the song Try Again by Aaliyah. But it's up to you. Whatever. If you might know that song, you may not. I don't know. If I find it, maybe I can put it, like, because some songs I put in the either the comment or the description because I remember. But that's a song that came to mind. If at first you don't succeed, dust yourself off and try again. Those are like the words, basically. That's what the song is about. That, we all fail, but, you get back up and you try again. Okay, let me try and see if we can get at least one more card. I don't know. I feel like I need to get one more card, so that's what I'm going to do. There it is. Friendship. Perfect. I understand that a friend is in my life for a reason. Maybe that's why we have the Daughter of Cups here. Maybe that's why all this love is not being expressed, because maybe friends first is a good idea. I believe in friends first 100% wholeheartedly. If you can have a good friendship, you can probably have a good emotional or romantic relationship too. If you can't even have a good friendship and be there for somebody and just communicate normal, whatever, I can just imagine that your romantic relationship is suffering. Friendship is really good as a starting point for relationships. Yeah. This is somebody that you could have met by chance or something. We all meet people. People are brought into our lives. It's like a blessing, and some situations, like, it's like it's kind of like how did I meet this person? And you know, maybe you met somebody in a strange place. Of all places, you met somebody there, wherever it is, right? Because God brought that person in your life for a reason. We all meet people for a reason, you know? Sometimes it's because we learn a lesson from them, and sometimes it's because that person was meant to be in our lives, you know? Yeah. Hopefully this helped out somebody, you know. Hopefully you learned a little bit too of whatever if you're trying to learn the tarot. Like I said, I always encourage you to get your own pack and to read the little book. You get just like a Rider Waite deck. You can buy the little ones like this. When I bought mine a long time ago, it was like $6.95, but because of inflation and you know all that, it's probably like $10 now. But still, at least you have your own reference. You know, when it comes to these tarot readings online, you have to really be careful out there. You know, and these are not messages from God. These are messages from somebody who knows what the cards mean, who are probably sharing their own life experience